recording now, so we can go over today's VEP session. We got Skip over here lurking in my background, and we are just kind of talking through just like the pains of certification process and what ones we value the most. And my CISSP is going to expire at the end of the year, and if I should keep it or not, or should I get my CEs up, or Skip thinks I should, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really bummed that my Novell 4.0 certification expired,
Oh, I'm sure that would be really useful today.
Yeah.
You know, at the very least, like, how would you get your CEs for that? Like, all right, got to go find a lab somewhere and find some government institution that needs help. But anyways, this week I really wanted to focus on some of the new features in MSPL, and also to announce the Office 365 2.0 launch. I know I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, and I finally polished it up today and got it out the door after a lot of feedback from various coaching clients in particular about what was useful. So I kind of want to just like talk about some of my favorite features for those of you who didn't get the webinar on Wednesday. Some of the things that really have made a difference in how I present. So one of the big things that I love for those of you who actually use these reports quite often is the fact that I can hide things now, and which you could before, but then you end up with this nice long list, like at the bottom of every report or in the middle of a report, you have this big list like this. But now you can easily move things around, get them out of the way, so you can make your reports into whatever you want. I love this feature so much. I know Skip hates it because he loves having all the information up front. He has to scroll through it with all of his clients, say, the stuff I'm looking for is here somewhere.
Now, just a second ago, you were scrolling. I was like, why? Just hit the tab now.
I know, bad habits. Years of using the platform without a shortcut are killing me. Yeah. So as Skip said, you can kind of go through and really skip to what you need to. Like for me, like I like hiding the audit assessment, because once you've done the audit, when they fill out the questionnaire, you really don't need to look at it again, because you get your score category results up here. Yeah. No reason to annoy your customers with your technology stack assessment or your strategic assessment. Now you can just send them this. Another favorite feature I have is when you are doing an assessment, you probably shouldn't have hidden that already. Oh no. I need to learn what I'm doing here. Audit assessment over here. Always make sure you rehide these, by the way. So you can share things. And if you watch the guided video for how to do this report, you'll see that now you have a nice little splash page to welcome people. So if you want to make a pre-sales questionnaire, make a new report, fill out the questionnaire, and then add a splash page to it. Just HTML. This is Genially that we use to create some of these cooler documents. It takes you about an hour to make a really cool presentation here. They're all templates. But go ahead and make a splash page there and a thank you page. And this is something nice where you're in the meeting, and it doesn't matter which report you're using. You can have a questionnaire behind you and talking your customer through what it is that you're offering, or maybe auditing what they're doing currently. And I really like these two features, like between moving things around here and reaching out and doing the questionnaire in a more dynamic way. Huge improvement. So
yeah, and one of my goals, in these reports, one of my goals is to limit the number of times we jump out to some other application. So we've got, ConnectWise to do different things, or maybe we're taking notes in OneNote, or we're doing something with Teams, whatever it is. We've got a lot of tools to support us in the background. But when we're in front of our clients and we're running through an engagement, I think it's very, very valuable that you stay focused in one tool set. It keeps everyone on the same page, and it just limits what can happen in your meetings, kind of take things off the rails. So, using these tools keeps your meetings more focused, and you're able to get through this and get done what you need to do in a better fashion, I believe.
Yeah, and I don't remember if the development roadmap was like this before, but something I recently discovered was that if we go to the development roadmaps, so something that's maybe handy for those of you who use multiple reports and have multiple teams kind of hammering these things back and forth, Like, well, what do I do when the technology audit team schedules a bunch of projects with my client, and then I go through and do an office application audit with my clients, and then the strategy guys do an audit and do like some budgeting things. How do we line these up? Well, the VCIO on staff should be looking at projects as a whole. And so if you select this over, and any of these roadmaps can do this. So if you're in the TSA and you want to know, like, hey, can I schedule this thing in Q3? You're in the middle of the meeting with your client. Can you do that NAS migration in Q1? Oh man, you got a lot of projects right there. You should probably avoid that or talk to the account manager and see what's going on. Or schedule it and say, hey, like, we can do that migration in Q3. Looks like you're pretty open there. I don't want to disrupt anything else going on at the company. So no matter how many teams you have working on reports, you've got a unified view where everybody can kind of cooperate. Yeah, you could open up Microsoft Teams. You could go into Microsoft Project, whatever you want to. But here, you're sitting with a client with a report in front of you, and you can have this conversation. And I think this might have been available before, but I have recently started using it, and it's kind of nice. You can also see this over in, if you go to your account for your client, and then you click on Project Roadmap. Now for this one, there's about 1 million of them because this is our test account. We have like 100 reports going all at the same time. But for you guys, it's going to be a lot shorter. So as you like move something into, hey, we recommend you do this project. Oh yeah, we really should have that strategy session meeting. Let's plan that out and let's get it scheduled inside our project management software, or get it on our calendars. Now we know this is going to happen, and we say it's going to happen in December, and we're good. Now everybody knows who's going into the software, and whoever goes into this client knows that there is a strategy development session that's going to happen in December. And if they're waiting for the outcomes of that, maybe this is a technology stack assessment. You need to wait until it's done. Well, you can look down here and see that the technology stack assessment is scheduled for January of 2020. Well, maybe you should do your strategy service that same month so that everything's aligned. That's a really useful tool to me.
And hover next to the calendar reminder there, Adam. If you now just a little to the left. You're out there. Yeah. So we also, it's almost a little hidden feature, but you can, select someone on your team there to make them responsible for that. So that gives us a little bit more clarity of, who's handling these. And
I just need to get all the default to skip so I can start taking naps again.
Naps? Who gets naps?
Everybody but me. So those are some of the nice new features I have, but as well, everybody needs to go and check out the report section. And you will see in your report section that you will now have two, oops, am I in the right? Oh, for me, it's going to be here. You will have two reports. You will have the Office 365 2.0 Advanced, and then you'll have the Office 365 Audit Originals. You'll see that those are now in your account. If you don't have them, feel free to reach out to coaching@virtualc.biz, and we'll see what got hooked up, what got messed up there. But that's what we have this week. Unless Skip has something else to talk about, make sure you have that report. Check it out. You're going to have to convert things, and it's going to be a little bit of a to-do. But the Office 365 audit isn't really meant to have historical data in it. It's meant to be refreshed every year. Versus the strategic document, which I'm hoping to release next week or the week after, where you will have to import from your old strategy report that we built. And we'll try to do our best to make that as simple as possible. Skip likes to complain about how hard it is to convert from one report to the next. And it is a pain. But once you're over, you save a ton of time just by using the HTML view. And there's a couple of cute tricks that you can do to get take advantage of the new formats, as well as upgrading your old formats if you want to instead. So feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you about whatever. If you just want to talk about certifications and whether or not they're worth it or not, reach out. Otherwise, we'll see you online. We'll see you in sessions and on the webinars.
All right. Sounds great, guys.